Hi, this is Joe again with another movie review, and for the subject of this video, I'm going to be discussing a movie from 1994 called Little Big League, a baseball film. I know I haven't done one in a while because I've done so many of them already. This movie takes place in 1994, and I think it was about the time this movie really got hit hard because of I think came out approximately around the time of the strike, or just before the strike, or just afterwards. Uh, well, at least it came out the same year, '94. And this movie stars Jason Robards, primarily Timothy Busfield, and some former baseball players like Kevin Elster, Leon Durham, Brad Leslie, and I forgot who other. Ken also has appearances by Ken Griffey Jr., who played himself in the film. It also stars Randy Johnson. You also see Lou Piniella, who was managing Seattle Mariners at the time the movie came out. This movie stars. It's basically about Jason Robards, who was the owner of the Minnesota Twins. And very early on, within like the first 10 or 15 minutes of this film, Jason Robards suddenly dies. You don't see him dying, but he dies in this film, and he gave in his will, he gave his review, he gave the team to his 12-year-old grandson, who inherits the team. It says, oh, you can let, until when you reach 18, you can let the business people run until you're 18 years old. Uh, but you can like supervise everything. But let the baseball people do their jobs and all that stuff. Meanwhile, he gets disgusted with how the manager the manager was played by Dennis Farina. He didn't like the way how the manager was talking to the players. So he decides to find the manager, and he decides, oh, who should I now name manager of this team? And one of his friends, what probably your friend, says, hey, why don't you name yourself manager? And he says, oh, that's a good idea. So he names himself manager of the team, and he ran the team the rest of the year. And at first, the team then would say, hey, this is going to be a circus. I don't want to be matched with some stupid 12-year-old kid. I mean, this kid's not even old enough to see an old man. Those type of facts. So one of his coaches who helps him out was played by John Ashton from the Beverly Hills Cop movies. Well, at least the first two cop movies. It's a good thing that John Ashton picked this movie to do instead of Beverly Hills Cop 3, because it was a piece of crap film. He did this one. He does a fine job in this movie as a baseball coach. I think he played the pitching coach in this thing. And of course, the team does play for the I think a one-game playoff to get the wild card spot. So this 1994, even though you had the strike, they ended the actual the real baseball season. That was probably the first year we had uh, the wild card spot. You know, the third division and the first only one wild card team at that time, and they were playing Seattle for the wild card spot, and they lost. And there's also one. I know there's I want to spoil this movie for you guys. We'll spoil the ending. This is one. The Minnesota Twins actually lose the one-game playoff to Seattle. It was on a catch by Ken Griffey Jr. He did what he was in his prime. He jump at the wall, makes a one-handed catch, and saves the ball game, and that's how this one-game playoff ended. Of course, Seattle goes on to the playoffs, and Seattle doesn't. And the movie actually ends when the 12-year-old kid there, Billy, who's the character's name, basically told the team, so look, I'm not going to be manager anymore. Some of the players who warmed up to this kid said, look, I'm really disappointed you decided to go this way. You know more baseball than any of us. But okay, we accept your decision. Because the kid just wanted to be a kid, he didn't want to grow up too fast. It's almost like the same type of way the movie Big did, because Tom Hanks was an adult, was probably 13 years an adult, a 3-year-old adult. And he says, I want to go back to being a kid because I want to miss out on my childhood. And that's what Billy says, like, look, I'm 12 years old. Who knows, maybe in a few years I'll go back to managing the team. But for now, I don't want to miss out on my childhood. I want to miss my childhood, so I'm going to, be that I'm going to still go own the team, still going to run the team as an owner, but I'm going to go back being a kid and let the baseball people run it. If there's something wrong, I'll deal with that stuff when it comes down the line. And then while he's giving a speech, one of the security guards comes in and says, "You have to go back out there." It says, "Why?" Because they're still here. It says, "Who's still here?" It says, "Everybody." It means the fans. So he goes out there with the whole team, and Billy goes out by the first baseline, goes out, tips his cap up to the fans, and does this. And that's actually how the actual last moment of that movie. But Little Big League is like one of the last real baseball films that actually got a pretty damn good reviews. But I think it got hit pretty hard in the box office because, like I mentioned earlier, because of the famous or infamous 1994 strike. But as a film, I didn't think it was all that bad of a film because like I said, in some of my early reviews, like I did movies on reviews of the Sandlot and the remake of Angels in the Outfield. In the early 90s, they aimed a lot of baseball movies towards kids. And this was like one of the last ones they had aimed at kids. I'm talking about 10, 11, 12-year-old kids. But I'm not saying that's not a bad thing because it cleans up the language a little bit. It cleans up some of the content they had in some previous baseball movies, like the Major League movies, where it was like cursing like you wouldn't believe, and my previous review of them with Bull Durham, when they had sexual situations in that film in Bull Durham, plus all the what I call colorful metaphors in Bull Durham as well as in the first Major League movie. But this movie was aimed at kids, and it is a pretty good movie. That's the premise I kind of like. A 12-year-old kid is handling a baseball team. I don't think that premise was ever done. That was one done, an old baseball movie from like the 40s or 50s called Rhubarb, which is a cat inheriting a baseball team of its own, which is a lousy premise. I didn't review that movie because the movie's awful, but because I didn't like the premise, that's why I haven't reviewed that film. But Little Big League is a good solid baseball movie, and it's also a good family-friendly baseball film, which is, like I said earlier, it's few or far, at that time it was few or far between from the 80s to the early 90s when you have all these family-friendly baseball movies that came out. This one is pretty good. I mean, he did have good performances by Timothy Busfield, who ironically 5 years earlier was in one of the more famous baseball movies, Field of Dreams, when he acted like a jerk in that movie. In this movie, Timothy Busfield doesn't act like a jerk. He's like a veteran baseball player on the Twins. And the funny thing is, one thing that did bother me is the fact that Kirby Puckett's number was used in this movie of one of the players. Actually, of course, you don't know what the shooting schedule was for this movie, but it would have been nice if they had some actual current to the 1994 current players on the Minnesota Twins being in this film. But unfortunately, they didn't have. They took a bunch of retired players at that time in this film. Like Kevin Elster, like I mentioned, Kevin Elster, Leon the Bull Durham, who used to play for the Cubs. Brett Leslie. Now, those of you who don't know who Brett Leslie is, if you ever seen This Week in Baseball, he used to be the pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds, and he struck out the last batter out of a game in Shea Stadium. He went like this, yeah! He went crazy like that, and that's what Brett Leslie was. He didn't have a long career, but he used to go crazy, go like this, yeah! He used to scream and go nuts and flex his arms and go screams like crazy every time we get the last out. He was in this movie. He plays a relief pitcher. He acts like a nut to Billy. He says, "Go away." to building. He does that. But in terms of the film itself, it's I guess it is a good film. I do recommend people seeing it, but I don't consider it like a great baseball movie. I do make it higher than Bull Durham uh, in terms of sports movies, but I feel it's not that. It feels like close. I mean, if I had to pick, it's like pick Bull Durham and pick this movie just over that. Uh, because I always consider Bull Durham as one of my least favorite baseball movies because of all the sexual stuff and ruins the fact with Susan Sarandon and Tim Robbins stuff or political stuff that made over the years after that movie because they got the political views ruined that movie for me. Plus all the sexual stuff also. I don't think it's necessary to have all that stuff in there. Like I mentioned that review. So that's my review of Little Big League. Please click on the video. Please read it. Feel free to comment on it. Please subscribe to my channel and please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. And you can also check out my all my reviews on my YouTube channel. Plus, you could check out some of my other videos on rowdyc.com. That's ORWDY. That's C.com. Plus, you can check out all of the Rowdy Reviewers content on his page, all of his TV trash reviews, and all that stuff on his and plus all of his other content on rowdyc.com. It's a great website, great videos on there. Chris Lee Moore, who is a Rowdy Reviewer, he does a great job with his videos as well. He doesn't do movies, like he does TV movies really. I do more. I focus more on the movies, on the movie side. So that's why we have this agreement and post on my videos because to improve his content, to add more content, plus hopefully more hits, more views on my videos as well. Please check out my other videos. I'm dying for people to check out my other videos because I do have some videos. It's a pet peeve of mine. Nobody and very few views on some of my videos. But some of my other videos, I did a review of the movie Unfaithful, Richard Gere and Diane Lane. That has now all of a sudden that has over 1,000 views. But some of my other videos, I did the Star Wars movies. I only have one that's over 25 views, which I'm kind of ticked off about. Same thing with my Star Trek videos. I have one that's over 20, and that movie has over 1,000. I mean, I don't understand that. I don't know why people don't watch my other videos. I don't get it. So that's my little pet peeve, little math there. So thanks for watching my video of Little Big League. Please check out my other videos as well. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.